Martin Atkinson didn't give us the first penalty. What's your excuse for the second one? When I saw a replay, I was like, I'm done. I was like, are you sure? Awarded a pen against Shaw. Then you finally went to the monitor. I'm like, why didn't you do that before? Martin Atkinson didn't give us the first penalty. What's your excuse for the second one? When I saw a replay, I was like, I'm done. I was like, are you sure? Awarded a pen against Shaw. Then you finally went to the monitor. I'm like, why didn't you do that before? Woo!
Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again. I said we're back again. I said we're back again with another show. I'm joined today by Edwin, Crep, and NK. And today we are going to talk about Manchester United versus West Ham. Manchester United away, a game, pick up the 3 points. Look, I knew this game was going to be messy, a sticky one, but I didn't expect this. Today was complete emotional wreck, like, and I'm glad to be honest, I didn't watch the full game in its entirety, and I'm glad I've got you man here that went through the grease and look, can give your verdict on the game. Look, so Crep, you at the game, you witnessed this firsthand. Tell me about what it was like sitting at flipping the Olympic Stadium with the West Ham and Man United fans and all of that screaming down the roof.
Yeah, man. Listen, you can tell the West Ham fans were up for it today, man. They were lively. They were making a lot of noise. When United fans were singing, they were trying to out-sing them. You would expect that, though. Obviously, it's the home fans. They were coming up to, they just come off a defeat a win, in Europe. So they're probably feeling a little bit confident. Obviously, we came off the back of a defeat. So I think, they backed themselves today. And the atmosphere was definitely lively. It was definitely annoying, sitting among these West Ham fans. I'm not gonna lie,
because it's mad, because you didn't have a seat amongst the Man United fans. You were sitting with the West Ham.
Yeah, sitting with the West Ham fans. It's quite difficult because you need to be like a season ticket holder to get a seat with the Man United fans traveling their way. So yeah, I was with the West Ham fans unfortunately today. So it was an interesting one. I've never actually sat with the away fans, so every little detail. When you want to make a noise, like you want to react, like if we do something terrible, they're celebrating, but I'm like fuck. Yeah. Or if we do something, I'm trying to celebrate, and they're like, they had to chill. It was a little bit mad.
Well, I can imagine you can't express yourself in a game like today. You're definitely gonna want to express yourself, whether it's greasing Ollie, greasing the ref, greasing flipping the West Ham fans. You're gonna want to express yourself, and obviously it's mad because the West Ham fans don't play. Shout out to the West Ham hooligan there, but they don't play there, so you don't really want to be that guy that's just celebrating in the midst of it all, brother, with your team viewer top. But yeah, let's get into it. Look, so
I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, go through. I saw the lineup. Yeah, I saw flipping Fred reintroduced back into the squad. And you know what? I'm surprised here because Scott McTominay is a guy that got injured and he returned back mad quick, like ahead of schedule.
Yep.
It was only like, was it yesterday, NK, you heard, or the day before, something random like yesterday. Like we heard, so NK messaged me and said, look what, Scott McTominay is back, like training with the squad and sort of like that yesterday. Made his way
travel with the squad yesterday to London,
with the squad. I said, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, it's travel with the squad, but you may make a feature, but there's no way Scott McTominay is starting this game. Like he's like no match fitness, bro. As soon as I saw that lineup, I was just like, how did Scott McTominay make it? And you know what? That selection there makes me think, damn, like people like Donny van der Beek, just pack your bags. It's long for him. It really is long for him. So what was your thoughts on the lineup, Edwin? When you saw the lineup, what's your immediate reaction, man? Were you thinking, I like the look of this, or you thinking, I would have changed this and this, I would have done this differently or that differently in terms of who started the game? What was your thoughts?
I thought it was a standard start, but then like I've had my worries about playing Pogba on the left, because the problem we said is that Pogba's not going to play there long term. You still got Rashford to come back. You've got Sancho to pick up form. So to play him there, yeah, I just thought it would be weird. And like during the game, when you watch the game, it just looked all over the place because Pogba was drifting central. He'll be on the right sometimes, in the centre, and on that left was only really Shaw. So on paper, it looked like a formational startup that could work, but like in actuality, it didn't work, especially that first 45. Like, but I think he needs to stop playing Pogba on the left.
What is it actually like? When you say we should stop playing him on the left, do you feel like because he's not going to be there long term, you don't want to see him there, or is it the fact that you don't think is an impact? Because he got a lot of assists from the left. Like he got all of these.
Yeah, but he's not on the left when he's assisting. Like, look at even the first game. He's central. He's in different positions. My problem is this year. After watching the other teams, we lack fluid play. You know what I mean? We're not fluid. Like everyone's all over the place. Like Pogba will be like in centre mid at one point. He'll be on right mid. He'll be in Bruno's position. It's like we need someone to just stay on the left and attack that flank. You know what I mean? Same with the right. And I think, and it even got to a point where everyone was in the centre. Like even towards the end, Sancho was in the centre, Lingard was in the centre. So I don't know. We don't have no width, and having Pogba on the left, he's naturally just going to drift inside because that's the type of play he always wants the ball, isn't it? So he'll drift inside, take some touches. So yeah, I think we need to find a way of him playing more centrally and actually play someone on the left that plays attacking, even if it's Lingard or Sancho. But yeah, I thought today would work, but looking at it made me realize that we need to take Pogba off the left, to be honest. Like I think with Oli, he's too stuck in it worked once, so it'll work all the time. You know, it worked against Leeds. I don't think tactically he's not even thought it through. Okay, look, like I think NK said this the other day, you need to know what players to play for what games, and today wasn't the type of game to be playing Pogba on the left for me personally.
I mean, I hear your point, but I feel like with Man United, I saw those times where when we were functioning really well attacking wise, especially on the left hand side, that link up play between Luke Shaw and whoever was in front of him, Rashford, the overlapping and all of that stuff. When you have guys drifting in so much and so fluid, you may lack that at certain times. Like Pogba may not be there to support Luke Shaw on the left-hand side if he wants to do a quick 1-2 overlap. It may not be there all the time, but Luke Shaw is doing a job. He's doing a job on the left, man. And I ain't never felt so comfortable with Luke Shaw.
Do you know what the problem is? He's not a left winger. He's not a left midfielder. And even with the goal that went through, when we're playing better teams and we get hit on a counter, he's finished. Because when they spray the ball over, he's only one on the left. Imagine him if he gets tackled and they hit us on the counter and they've got a good right midfielder or winger or right back. There's no one there.
Yeah.
And then Maguire, anyway, let me think about that guy,
We'll get onto him. You don't even need the spoiler. Look, NK, look. We spoke about this squad and what the potential lineup could be. And obviously you got certain positions spot on. And you were saying, Pogba, on the left. And obviously, in my view, I feel like this probably was the game you could have played Pogba on the left or in the middle, in my point of view, because I didn't feel like West Ham will be, initially before the game, I didn't think like they'll be dominating and overwhelming us, because Declan Rice is a guy that his just main job is to just protect the defense. And then you got Souček. But I feel like with Souček, now we've got Varane and that, and if you put a Fred or whatever next to Pogba, we'll be able to manage him. So I thought either position could have done well. But for me, obviously I saw Pogba on the left, and I know you mentioned it. So what was your thoughts on it? Were you happy with Pogba playing on the left then? And what was your overall thoughts on the team lineup anyway?
Yeah, you know what? In a way, I was happy because even yesterday I said it, like, you know what? I would not mind seeing McFred in this game. And I would not mind seeing McFred in the big games because they protect us in terms of like defensively. We know how West Ham is. They're going to come, they're going to play very, very deep, and then they hit us on the counter. I knew that was a game plan. And in those kind of like games, you don't want to be exposed in the middle of the park. So, yes, I was happy there. And then I thought the game, Pogba, even like when he played on the left, he get that free roll where he kind of like go and support it, which in a way today, it worked. In terms of overall play today, we dominated them overall play. First 10 minutes, first 15 minutes, it was all United. We were just passing. We couldn't create the big chances, but it was all us. We were doing the job. When you go away, I always say, first finish, silence the crowd. And we were doing that. And I always say, don't do stupid mistake. And today, the first person to do that was our captain. Maguire done the first mistake, and then straight away, West Ham fans, they just got an adrenaline from it. And then straight after that, they were in the game a little bit. They started to kind of like, I think they got like two, 3 chances. It was not big chances, but it was still chances, you know. It got the fans kind of like pumping up and everything. But after that, it turned back to United again. It was all us again. We had a lot of like corners too. But I felt like we were forcing it too much. I feel it would take a time before our players get used to Ronaldo. I think because we got Ronaldo, we tried too many early balls. You know, we tried too many early balls, too many crosses, and then we always just try to look for Ronaldo. But I think sometimes we just need to say, hey, he's not the only guy we can look for. We can define different ways of attacking. I think we're rushing it too much. That goal that they scored, it was a very unfortunate goal. And once again, you can probably question the defensive mate because they shoot. It was so easy for the guy to shoot. He should think before he shot. When he got the ball, there was literally no one there that he was encouraged to shoot. And literally, his shot got deflection and then he scored. And then luckily, we're going. Bruno pass for the goal. Beautiful pass. He tried that a lot. Sometimes it will work, but not most of the time. Today, too, once again, I don't know. He was very wasteful with his pass. As I say, all of them, they were very rushy. So first half, we dominated the ball. Second half, too, same thing, too. It was all United. And I said it yesterday, and I said it today. I said this game was going to be won after the 60th minute.
Yeah.
After the 60th minute. And I was very surprised that Westham was the first people to blink, to bring on the sub. They played in Europe, so you could tell they were going to be tired. But in the 17th minute, after only done the sub and brought on Lingard and Sancho, I thought, okay, this is our time. We need to go on and we need to win this game because they will be tired. But then for some reason, we kept on giving them the ball. It's like with United, when we are in possession, that's when we are more like vulnerable. Like McTominay was giving the ball away. Simple common passes, they were giving it away. McTominay gave it away a bit. Fred gave it away to a bit. And then it was just very frustrating. And even Ronaldo was coming so deep to collect the ball because he was very frustrated not getting the ball. And I was sitting there thinking, we need someone just to come and dictate the play. Matic came on in the 86th minute. That pass he done for the goal. Bro, that's what you need. If Fred was on that pitch, you go watch that game, there was, I think, one player next to McTominay. If Fred was there, he passed it to him. He would never play that forward pass. Daniel Lingard just done the job. And boy, after that, the penalty, it was all just kind of like crazy. But I really want to hear from Crep, like today, be on the pitch here and seeing how our shape is. I want to know what he thought about the shape, the midfield shape, and the whole Fred and McTominay, whether it works or not. Because when you're on the pitch, you see things differently compared to how we see on the TV. Because when we're on the TV, you only see where the ball is. But when you go there, you see everything. So I really want to know what he thought about the whole team shape of the team. But yeah, I mean, we grind out results. I feel like the 3 away games that we played this season, they have been tough away games. A lot of teams will go and lose points on these games too. We haven't played well, but we take the points too. And I feel like today, I mean, look at the celebration at the end. It will just help encourage the team going forward. I just look, if we connect the wins like that, long may it continue. Long may it continue.
NK, you touched on many points, and you basically summarized all the discussion points. And I need to unpick that because there's too many things in there that man needs to unpick. You first mentioned the penalties, and I think, man, let's talk about the penalty decision. So for me, yeah, with VAR, and I'll ask you this question, Crep. With VAR, yeah, it's been controversial. They've changed the rules in terms of what constitutes to now a penalty. And we saw a number of situations there, which we may not agree with or may agree with, that constituted to, you know, the decision of the referee to award a penalty. Now, we saw Luke Shaw. Let's talk about Luke Shaw's one first. We saw Luke Shaw, and we see this all the time. I ain't even going to lie. Like, if it's my club, I'm happy saying, yeah, it's a pen. If I'm looking at it on the outside view and it's against my club, I'm like flipping out. And it's one of those things where common sense, when does it come into it? Because I'm looking at the ball being kicked to guys like, what, a yard away or whatever it is. And your natural position, I feel, when you're going to like raise a leg, your arm's just gonna go out wide. I feel like you can see if a guy's purposely making a gesture to use his arm to block the ball from going into the box versus a natural thing, like a natural sort of body, your position your body goes in when you're trying to block the ball. But it's just one of those things where it's kind of like the rules are the rules, and I've seen refs award penalties like many times. And to be honest, they are kind of consistent in that. But what I didn't like with the Ronaldo one was it was just, I was confused about that. What was your thoughts about the penalty decisions, man? Did you think Luke Shaw's one was a pen and Cristiano Ronaldo had 2 penalty claims? What were your thoughts on those? Do you feel like they should have stood or not?
Do you know what? When you're at the game, it's really difficult to really see these decisions, because obviously when you're home you get the luxury of the replays. You can obviously when you're at the game you don't really see what's going on with VAR. They don't really show you the VAR, slow it down on that. So it's really difficult to capture everything in real time. So the Lucio one was so quick, I didn't even really see what happened. They did show a replay, and I have seen the highlight, and from what I've seen, it's a pen. Let's be fair, because if it was the other way around, and they didn't award that to us, then we will all be up in arms and upset about the decision. He raised his arm forward, and his arm hit the ball clearly. Do you get what I'm saying? Whether or not it's intentional, a lot of footballers make mistakes that are not intentional. So it's not about the intent; it's about what happens. He blocked off the ball with his hand, which obviously stopped the ball going in, which could potentially went into one of their attackers, and they could have scored from it. So it's a pen at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The Ronaldo ones. One of them didn't look like a pen. One of them did. The one, the second one looked like a pen. And again, I didn't see VAR, so they didn't show any replays. He literally slid in, and I thought that has to be a pen. Then obviously you don't really hear, like, they stopped the game for a bit. The goalkeeper's got the ball, and then they wait, and then the referee just says, like, continue. So I can't see any replays. I couldn't see anything. I'm assuming the VAR showed that he probably got the ball. But I don't know. I'm not seeing it clearly to really make a comment. In real time, it did, but I don't know.
Edwin, you saw it in real time. Give me your thoughts on it, man.
I think Crep's right. I think it was definitely a penalty, because you can't block and look away and leave your hands up. You know what I mean? You can't do it.
Luke Shaw's one.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's one was a penalty, and I think, if I'm right, Ronaldo had three shouts, right? One of them definitely wasn't a penalty, but 2 were. So the 2 that were when the defender stuck his leg out, right? And he fell over the leg. And then, I just don't understand why he didn't get it. Like, he literally, stuck his leg out. Ronaldo kicked it past him. He took him down, right? And then the last one as well with Zuma. But the thing with the Zuma one, because it looked like Ronaldo was going down already, they thought he died. But when you watch the replays, like, Zuma slid in and took him, literally just took him out. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing about, sometimes it's all about the narrative in it. And there's the narrative of Man United got so many penalties. So in referees' minds, there might be a bias there that's not intentional, but they're like, you know what I mean? And with Ronaldo, because on hindsight, some of them on first look like, maybe he went down too easy. But if he had taken the time to go to the screen like he did with Shaw, he would have seen that at least 2 of them were penalties. But
bro, I feel like, you know what? I feel like referees, and I don't know what happens behind the scenes, but I feel like referees get protected so much. And I mean, they're making tough decisions or whatever like that. But I feel like they get protected so much in a sense where players can't chat to them because it's a yellow card or a red, depending on how you move. The same with managers or coaches on the bench. You can't even say anything post-match interview. Again, it's going to be an issue, a fine. But when you have teams that potentially when you have a referee that could potentially lead your team to being relegated or winning a trophy or wherever it is in the table, and they make blatant decisions that are potentially wrong, then for me, it's just where does the accountability come into it, where they're able to get some sort of sanctions? Everyone else seems to be the ones that's getting punished or some sort of sanctions or reprimanding outside of referees. I feel like referees, if they're getting VAR shown and it's clearly wrong, completely wrong, they've made multiple decisions that is wrong. In my opinion, I'm thinking why ain't they getting subbed, or why aren't they getting fined, or why aren't they getting banned? I don't understand.
Today I think the Luke Shaw one, they were all right. That was a penalty. He's an experienced player. He knows when you are going to defend like that, all the players, they always put their hands behind them, because every referee, when they're going to look on the monitor, they will all give a penalty. The Ronaldo one, the second one, the Zuma one, that was a straight penalty. He didn't even touch the ball. He did not touch. I think there's this new rule that apparently it's not about whether they touch the ball or not. It's about whether the intent was there, whether, I don't know, the whole thing. But the guy came, he did it. It was the same thing with like yesterday. The Man City 1-2 where I thought it was a penalty. And even it was not even a clear and obvious 1-2. That 1-2 was even worse because the referee gave the penalty and then he went on to go change it. This one he didn't. So I kind of understand why VAR did not go. If he did give the penalty, VAR would not have overturned it. But still, it was a penalty. He should have given a penalty too. He should have given a penalty too. But look, I mean, if you watch today's game, you should see what they done to Leicester today. Leicester, they robbed them today.
Leicester got bumped twice by the referee.
Three times actually. 3 times.
It's mad.
Look,
but do you know what's interesting about that game, right? There was a time where Pogba went in with a tackle with Zuma, and like Zuma ran into him, and they gave a foul, and it was literally the same that happened to Ronaldo in the box, but that was more intense. So it was just like, like you said, there's no balance.
Consistency, man. It's a mess. Look, I'm happy though we got redemption in that because I think we can all agree that, or can we all agree that Man United should have at least got a penalty in that game?
Yeah.
A decision going our way. And I feel like obviously Luke Shaw's one was a pen, but it just felt bitter and extra harsh because of the decisions that literally just went against us for them now to be awarded a pen. But David De Gea, look, I was there looking at it on my phone thinking, this guy don't save penalties. He don't save penalties. He's in the goal. And they made a tactical substitution right there and then, brought on Noble to come and take the penalty kick. I was there thinking, oh my gosh, look, Man United, look, this is we're finished, like 2-2, little drop points. We ain't got to capitalize. And I'll tell you why this is so important, right? We ain't going to capitalize. Look, David De Gea, he dives the right way, gets his hand up. Oh, look, he makes that brilliant save and the crowd goes wild. And and you know what is funny though? Is David De Gea gets all the plaudits from the fans. But for me, if I just put that one to the side, Lingard, man. Lingard returned and came back to haunt West Ham. Look, Edwin, what was your thoughts on Look, you're getting to see more and more of Lingard. Obviously, he had a successful half a season at West Ham. We brought him on off the bench. We brought on Matic off the bench, and we've seen what they've done. Look, this guy, his finish was, in my opinion, top draw. And you know what? We're trying to get him to sign a new contract. But what's your views on him? Is it changing? Is it changed? Do you think like we can get more out of him? What's your views?
Do you know what it is, with Lingard, I feel like the loan done him well, right? It was he done well when he went to West Ham. He played well, he scored, and he came back and he's not been given opportunities and they're telling him to sign a contract. But he's got strong character. Look, he gave away, he came on, scored, gave away the ball against Young Boys and they scored, and he came back and he, even in that atmosphere, like they were literally clapping for him, you know what I mean? Like, if you saw it, like, when he came on, they were standing ovation, like, he came on and scored. And then when you look at the formation, it's like, right now, he could just start on the left and just play Matt, Tom, and Pogba in the centre. You know what I mean? And see how it works, because, I don't know, as I said, I don't feel Pogba is... For me personally, like, I will give him a chance to start. Like, I feel he's shown enough. Obviously, the Young Boys, part of the Young Boys performance, just maybe start him on the left, play Pogba in the centre with Matt Tom and see how it works. Because to be honest, again, Fred is not enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Fred gives the ball. The problem is Fred has the ball a lot of times and he's useless with it. He will either pass it away or... So for me, I would start Lingard on the left. Especially now you've got a chance for him to pick up form. Rashford's not playing. Sancho's still feeding into the club. So me personally, I'll give him a chance. You know what I mean? I will give him a chance on the left.
Okay, no, you know what? And I think Ollie's picking him quite a bit. And, obviously he's trying to get Lingard to sign a new contract. So maybe that could have some play into why he's picking him. But at the end of the day, he's picked him today. He's brought him off the bench, and boom, you know what I mean. He got a wonderful goal, and I'm happy for it. He got a good goal. Crep. Look, so Manchester United. We've been talking about Pogba. I want to ask one question. One, can Man United survive without Pogba? Two, if you're gonna keep this guy Pogba, where's his best position? Like, how do you use him in this current squad that we've got?
Can Man United survive without Pogba? We're a weaker team with Pogba in it, that's for sure.
With him in it?
With Pogba, sorry, we're a weaker team with Pogba without the squad.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely a weaker team without Pogba. With Pogba's not in the squad. Pogba needs to play. For me, it was all well and good when we didn't really have depth on the wings, you know, and some players were out of form, and it was all good playing Pogba there. But I feel with what we've got currently, it doesn't make sense to Pogba occupying that left side. We've got Lingard that's coming into form. We've got Sancho. We know, you know, what a talent he is. We're going to have Rashford back. We've got Martial. We've got Greenwood. We've got a lot of players that can play wide. It doesn't make sense occupying Pogba's position there. He needs to play deep with McTominay, personally. That's how I think the midfield pivot should be. I think the reason he puts Pogba in the left, right, is because he wants Pogba to tuck in, because Luke Shaw does see a lot of the ball. What I've noticed when I was at the game, right, and obviously this is not uncommon for anyone who really watches Man United, Luke Shaw does see a lot of the ball, but also so does Wan-Bissaka. The fullbacks get a lot of the ball. Similar to how they get a lot of the ball, and I can see why Oli wanted Trippier, a more attacking-minded player, because Wan-Bissaka sees a lot of the ball, but he doesn't really create much. He doesn't do anything exciting. He really kind of plays it safe every time. The closest you get, the closest person to him is probably Greenwood. So you probably pass it forward to Greenwood, pass it side to whoever. Maybe Bruno will come deep, or will pass it to Matic, to McTominay, for example. Yeah. So he doesn't know. He doesn't really run, drive the ball. He doesn't really create. Doesn't create through. He doesn't put through balls in. Shaw is fantastic. When I was the second half, Shaw was on my side, sort of running that. He's quality. I'm sorry, he is a quality player. I mean quality.
Roberto.
Shaw is so confident and comfortable with the ball, passing, intricate passing, and he's smart. He passes the ball, then he makes the run in. So I think he probably plays Pogba because Pogba's on that wavelength, and he's got the ability to put them balls through. But what I noticed is when Lingard and Shaw came on, there's a energy in and around that final third. There's a lot more energy. Them man will move the ball, run, make Pogba's kind of stiff. He's not agile enough. Want the ball, he'll play it off, and he's so easy to get the ball off for some reason. He's not really. He's not agile enough. He's not an agile winger, and he's not a winger, so he's not really meant to. He's a big frame guy in it, so it's easy to really tackle. Another thing I noticed as well is that we lose a lot of the second balls. In terms of, if there's a ball to win, if there is the deflection or there's a loose ball, we lose it majority of the time.
So a big issue, man. That's a big issue.
That's why we can't recycle the ball well enough, because we don't win. And also in terms of the battles, 50-50 battles, we come out second best a lot of the times as well. They need to work on that. I don't know what it is, if it's the positioning, if it's the desire, but for some reason, there was a period of time when West Ham were getting the ball, they had a lot of possession and they were attacking us, and whipping in crosses and get deflected. Then it comes back to a West Ham player each and every time. We're not winning them balls. Win the balls and really set ourselves up for a counter attack. So, yeah, to answer your question, Pogba obviously should be in the team.
Yeah,
he should play in the midfield.
Look, I ain't gonna lie though, with all of the nonsense that I said about our midfield, and I know the fans feel the same to a certain degree about us needing to improve our midfield. One thing I must say is I do feel safe when Scott McTominay and Fred are in the middle, and a part of me feels
a part
of me does feel like
you feel safe,
bro. I feel safe. I feel like the potential's there, and I feel like we are harsh on the work that they do collectively together in terms of protecting our defense. not necessarily going forward and creating and breaking down all of that stuff that we want to see from them, just in terms of the dog work, defending, clamping, closing down. And for me personally, I feel like if we had the players if we had Varane, if we had Sancho, and we had Cristiano last season, I feel like there won't be no 12 points gap for sure, and it will be much tighter. And I do feel like there would have been a good potential possibility that Man United lifted a trophy last season. We would have been getting knocked out of no Champions League group stage, I don't feel.
You don't know that for sure, because we lost our first game.
I know. I don't know it for sure, but I part of me feels like, you know what, Man United could have gone on to like chase City right down to the wire, potentially even nick it and win sign. Because
you are dead wrong to say about McTominay and Fred. You are dead wrong. So, because if you watch the whole game, and as I said, Fred today, you know what? As I said to you, first time he was good. One thing that is good about him is he rushes players to make quicker passes. Like he rushes the opposition to make quicker, because he always run to them. So it make them want to make like quick passing. It forces them to play more faster than they are supposed to play. That is the only thing that he's good on. But and you know what Crep said, the second boss, we were so soft. There was one tackle. Fred it was a slide tackle. And his slide tackle, I don't know how he lost that slide tackle, and Westham started a counter from that. Another tackle to same thing too. I don't know why, he was just so scared to tackle. And I don't know whether even the whole team, nobody wanted to commit a foul. Today I think we got 0 yellow card. 0. We hardly get yellow cards because we don't do them kind of like, we just don't battle. Everybody's soft. And I don't know why we are so soft. But Fred, bro, he was poor. Passing was poor. Simple passing, he was poor. He lose balls that he's not supposed to lose. He lose balls that he's not supposed to lose. And that, to me, that is a big problem. Even McTominay done a few of them too, but with him, you know that he can carry the ball forward when he get the opportunity.
So wait, you're saying that you feel more assured defensively on the line with maybe Pogba and whoever, it could be anyone,
look,
than Scott McTominay and Fred?
It depends on what game. You know what? Fred and McTominay, they were good if Man United are going to have less on the ball. That's when they are best at. When we go and we have to pack the bus and we are in shape. When we are in shape, those two are perfect for those kind of like games. But when we go on games that we have to attack him, players like Luke Shaw and Aaron Bissaka has to more attack, and we get exposed there, we are very vulnerable, because when they get the ball, what they need to do is they need to find those fullback. Because as Crep said, they get a lot of the ball. And that's their main job. Get the ball and find those. Because if you see, most of our forward players, they tackle more forward. So that's what their job is. Get the ball and just find. As I said, today's second half, when Westham got tight and Westham dropped deep, simple balls, they couldn't do that simple ball. And that has always been a problem. When we have to play on the counter, bro, those two are the perfect guys.
Look.
But
right.
when we have to keep ball, today we have 60% of the ball possession. And anytime we have more of the ball, Fred and McTominay always get exposed because they are not good on the ball.
Edwin,
yeah,
I know you talked about defensively. You opened up this thing talking about the defensive issues and Maguire and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on the whole?
So, yeah. I want to see if Crep saw this as well today. Like, Man United played very negative. We always play the ball back. I don't know. There was points where I saw McTominay was getting angry at Fred because he will ask Fred for the ball and Fred will pass it back to the defense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I think we played very negative in that terms. But my question is, when are we going to drop Maguire? That's like, because no. Because I know sometimes I go off on him, yeah. But today he was terrible. Like there's that in the first half. I don't know if you saw it. Crep, you probably saw it, where he gave the ball away and they nearly scored. And then there was another one where, you know, when they actually scored, if you watch the highlights again, he ran out of position. There was 2 Man United defenders there. He ran to the left back position, and there was just Varane and Pogba in the centre. Like he just ran for no reason. He just threw it over there. Like I was like,
he probably went to cover. I can't remember, but he probably went.
Yeah, but there was there was players there already, and then then there was little things like even the commentator said, "Oh look, Maguire's passed it to the crowd." Like simple passes, he's passing it off the pitch, and I'm like, this guy is, I don't know, man. Like I know you're saying presence and header, but the thing is, the problem I have here is when players know they're indispensable, they don't up their game. And I think because he knows he's the captain and they won't drop him, it's just basically going to be him and Varane or him and Lindelof. He's just chilling. Like he's got no threat to play better. And one thing I don't like about him is he'll do a mistake and he won't say nothing. Then someone will do something small and he's moaning. I'm like, where's your accountability? He's got no accountability for me personally. Like
captain, he's not gonna try himself, is he?
I know, but like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there has to be, like, I don't know. I feel like he needs to get dropped to know that, like, bro, you're not playing well. Like,
today, he didn't really have a great game. He didn't have a great game. He wasn't bad enough to be dropped. Like, I noticed he didn't have a good game today. Varane is just, oh my days, top.
That guy is solid, you know.
Composed defender. This guy was taking the ball out, going into the midfield, he's so elegant with the ball. Anyway, that's another story. Let me go on to Fred. I don't know why you have trust in Fred McTominay. That's so disappointing. Let me tell you something, yeah. Obviously, when I was at the game, I wanted to look at that Fred particularly to see what this guy offers, right? So I'm going to be fair. The first half, right, the first 25, 30 minutes or so, right, before we conceded, he was okay. He was getting the ball. He was a little bit positive. He was getting the ball, doing quick passes forward, right? It wasn't really too much pressure on him anyway. Obviously, you're passing around. The team set him in. Westham are not really going to go press aggressively. What I noticed that changed. So Fred's quite comfortable in the beginning of the game when there's not a lot of pressure. He can just quickly do his job, pass the ball. The problem starts, right, is when the game changes. And now we, for example, if we concede a goal and now we have to go and press, Fred goes into panic mode. He hasn't got that time anymore to kind of do the little, no, I'm going to pass it here. Everyone's okay and calm. He's got to make quick decisions. People are pressuring him. The defense are onto him because they're trying to, press him and make a mistake. And then he just panics and he loses all composure. He's passing, he's sloppy, and he's not a great protector. This is a real big misconception. He's not that great at protecting. And we need to in December, halfway through or at the end of the season, we need to compare his tackling rate, his tackling potential or his potential of getting the ball back. I don't know if they measure that compared to
ball reclaiming that.
We need to compare that. I promise you, he won't be top 5.
But you know what it is?
I'll be surprised if we'll be top 10.
It depends if you're comparing him in the league. I'm saying for what Man United has at their disposal, because obviously, if we wanted to get a replacement DM, then it's light work.
That's not good enough. I'd rather have a guy that's gonna offer something going forward, if that's the case, because at the most of the time we're gonna have possession of the ball. I'll compare him to Kante, because I came back and I watched the Chelsea game. When people describe Kante, they describe him as a workhorse. He's a beast. This guy is so elegant on the ball, bro.
Yeah, he's got a lot more to his game.
He's neat.
It looks like he's floating. It looks like he's floating.
Bro, he gets the ball back, then he's so composed. Bro, he's so composed, he can dribble past the guy, he makes the right decisions, he's confident, he's passing. Kante, I know we all know Kante, but this guy is a quality player compared to Fred. Fred is scrappy. So one of those players that will go in, sometimes you might get the ball, sometimes you never know what you're going to get with Fred. Kante is so precise. He knows when to tackle to try and get the ball. When he gets the ball, he's not panicking. He's not like, oh shit, I just need to give it away now. He's like, okay, I'm going to make the right decision. If there's no one in front, he'll go past the guy. He's got the ability to go past the guy.
There's a lot more in his locker, man. He's more than just a DM or whatever.
That's the level of play we need. We can't have guys that are going to hide. And that's the problem I have with Fred and McTominay. McTominay is a little bit better, I think, on the ball, and I probably would say he's a little bit of a better tackler. Fred is
I feel like Fred is the team's
He's
He
No,
gets the
wait.
ball.
he's just legs.
He
Think
wins the
hard
ball.
before you
Just his run.
think
He
hard
really
before
does
you
his
make
thing.
that comment you're about to make. I
Bro,
know what's gonna come out your mouth.
No, but-
Think really hard before you say what you say.
What Fred disrupts the game a lot, yeah. And I do feel like we're undervaluing what he does. Like there's times where he wins back the ball in games. Yeah, it makes a lot of mistakes and sort of he doesn't contribute to the attacking sense. And we know collectively as a fan base that these guys in Fred and McTominay, maybe Scott McTominay's got more going forward. You know, he banged in 7 goals last season. He needs that protection for him to go forward or whatever. But generally, in terms of their passing game and everything, we know all of this stuff about our midfielders in Scott McTominay and Fred. But I can't think of a better, like if you was to choose 2 midfielders to go throughout the whole season, and you're talking about defensively, who I've been more secure with defensively, I'll pick Scott McTominay and Fred because I've seen them do it all last season in terms of protection of our defense. And the reason why, and I'll go back to my original point, I feel like if we had this team playing in terms of Scott McTominay and Fred, just that, right? No Pogba, but then you stuck in Cristiano Ronaldo up top. Because you know a lot of the games that we drew last season, yeah? A lot of the games a lot of the times we couldn't break down the teams. It's not like to say we never even got certain chances. There's times that we got a couple of chances and then we missed it, we flunked it. There's certain times we could have been smash and grab. That's even against the big teams. Look, what I'm seeing from Cristiano Ronaldo is a guy that's getting minimal opportunities, but then just sticking it in the net. Like he doesn't need many chances. And I'm thinking, look, if we have that solidarity there in midfield and defense, now you're stuck in Varane now, you've got your Sancho for a bit of creativity when he hits form and all of that stuff. Like, for me, I feel assured that we can go on to challenge. Like, for me, I get worried. And my thing about Pogba is this. World class, no denying it. World class, like one of a kind. But the balance ain't there with the team that we've got now. Not like to say, oh yeah, when we get a DM or whatever. What we got right now, windows shut. The balance ain't there, bro. And yes, Matic is our best bet.
This is what the annoying misconception is with Pogba. The balance ain't there because the 3 other options are not good enough. So we've got good next to shit, which equals
mediocre.
Right?
Mediocre.
But this is what I keep saying though. But this is what I keep saying. With the squad that we've got, bro, it's not like to say if we're talking about going in the market tomorrow, I'm like,
so you want to put 2 crappy DMs because Pogba hasn't got a good enough DM to let him go and play his game. That's what you're basically saying. It doesn't make sense. The reason we not is because the DMs are not good enough to make them passes. It's just plain and simple.
My thing is this, like, obviously Pogba's getting hurt because Pogba's been getting hurt since he's been at Man United. Because what we ain't done is built a team around Pogba midfield that can support Pogba, right? I'm looking at it like this. If I'm looking at my selection, I'm only right now on the job. I'm looking at the team now, looking at a midfield thinking, like, Pogba's obviously not going to get what he wants from any of the midfield consistently. Matic is obviously past it. He can play games here and there. What are you going to do as a manager in this position right now? Do you understand? Because what we keep saying in reference to Pogba is, if Pogba had this, if Pogba had that. But in reality, he doesn't. In reality right now, when we spent, how much million? Ollie's had 400 million at his disposal plus, and he hasn't found a DM to be sitting side.
No, it's not that he hasn't found one. He hasn't signed one. Like
he hasn't signed one then.
The midfield problem is his, yeah, and I think Crep said this as well. Like before last season when we had to play Pogba wide, it's not because we had to. Everyone was injured. You remember? I think it started in Europa League when we played him. Like, we don't have to no more. So you're playing him out of position. So you got to remember, yeah, a lot of our midfield, yeah, is based on people playing together on form as well, right? So the more you play Pogba out of that position, when you do bring him the odd games in and he doesn't play well, people are going to be like, he can't play midfield, but you've been playing him on the wing all this time. So technically, I feel like you just need to, like Crep said, just play him in the centre with Mac, Tom for now, and let them start trying to build a relationship or bond, because you can't play him on the wing, then bring him in and be like, play well.
You have to play a midfield and stick. They need to build chemistry. If it's going to be Pogba or Pogba, Fred, McTominay, sorry, then they have to play. They have to have a run of games together to build chemistry, to understand each other, understand their roles and who's going to do what. You can't just be like, we lost or we drew, now we're going to change things, bro. All he needs to stick with his decisions, mate. He needs to. Pogba is not a winger. Like,
He's
come
not,
on,
man.
he's not a winger. What? All the accolades he's won. He's never won anything on the wing. He's been at Juventus. He's been at France. He's not win. He's never won anything on the wings. So now who's Oli to come and stick Pogba on the wing? It's ridiculous. Listen.
But the thing is Pogba's been at Man United for 5 years or whatever it is. 5 years, bro. And like we're saying the same thing, bro. Like,
but it's not Pogba though. Pogba.
It's not his.
It's not his fault. It's not Pogba's fault.
No, but do you know why it's not his fault? Yeah, because there's no way he's playing bad. Then he's going to play for France and plays well.
No, I'm not saying that it's bad. But what I'm saying is, with the current, obviously, Ollie's not looking at and prioritizing a DM that can support Pogba to do his thing, right? He spent 400+ million and he hasn't bought a DM that can support Pogba. We're having these same conversations every year about we need a DM to support Pogba. We need a DM. He needs to be playing in a position that suits him, whatever like that. We need to build a midfield around him.
No, but what Crep
standard? We need a DM. The team doesn't have a DM. It has one DM that has no legs, which is Matic. He's our only natural DM. We don't have a DM, right? And not forget a DM. I don't even care if we need a better midfielder. We just need a better midfielder.
So, back to my point.
I don't care.
My point is, you're saying that you'll have Pogba and Scott McTominay, and you'll feel more comfortable throughout the whole season than having Fred. See, I differ. I feel like if I had to choose a partnership with what we've got throughout the whole season, I'll be more comfortable playing everyone with Scott McTominay and Fred. Everyone.
No, man.
Like,
so
and we've got the luxury. We've got the luxury of dipping.
So where do you play where do you play Pogba then? If you're happy with McFred, where do you play Pogba for the rest of the season?
If I had to choose a formation for the rest of the season, look.
Where's Pogba gonna play then? You pick McFred, yeah?
Pogba.
So where's Pogba gonna play?
Pogba will be that guy that's probably on the wing.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question then.
You're just like Ollie.
Let me ask you a question. So you play Pogba, so you play McTominay and Fred, right? Who's on your left? Who's on the left?
They're gonna have to be battling it out, bro. Because at the end of the day, Rashford's on my left.
Rashford's on your left.
Pogba's getting dropped. I'll put it out there. It's gonna be what it will be if I had to choose one team. If I had to choose one team for the whole season, it's gonna be McFred, Rashford on the left. It's gonna be Sancho. See Greenwood.
Go on.
It's gonna be Sancho on the right. Look, and then it's gonna be CR7 up top.
And who's in it? And then what about?
And then Bruno. I don't even talk about Bruno because we know Bruno's Bruno.
So you're saying
Pogba's getting dropped.
Pogba. So you're saying McTominay or Fred is a better midfielder than Pogba?
No.
So what are you talking about?
My decision is solely based on the balance.
Would you not play your best for the whole season?
That's my point, fam. Bro, you know the reason why Chelsea went on to win Champions League? Because they've got a team that's just very balanced, bro. Like, it's like people don't understand how the balance impacts. Like, Pogba's world class.
But you know what? You're making
like
decisions,
one of the best
though.
players in the world to me. Do you understand? But Man United has been trying to fit a square peg through a round circle, whatever that analogy is.
But you know what
we haven't found that person to complement him, and it doesn't seem like we're gonna be doing it anytime soon, bro. Because you're
making a decision on something that you haven't even seen, though. Like, you haven't given Pogba a chance to play consecutively in the middle with McTominay to say it doesn't work.
But he's played. I'm not saying that them man can't work and pull it out the bag and get the victories. I'm saying, but I've seen McFred do it, just gaming week in week out. I'm not like we had a.
When did you see them do it? When did you see them do it last season?
Bro, I see them do it last season. Yeah?
And what did we win? What did we? Okay, wait. So what did we win last season?
Let's say about what we winning because even with Pogba playing,
so it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Pogba, gives us the.
You say the protect.
Yeah, this is solely based on the protection and the stability thing, right?
So Pogba
gives you the star quality. Pogba gives you that title winning thing. But this is my argument. It's not about who's better, or it's not about who's better. It's not about any. I'm not comparing Pogba with their quality, because Pogba's one. If you're talking about midfielders or anything like that, Pogba's like top 5 for me. He's just up there. But my thing is, it's just like when I see Pogba playing that middle with someone else that's not a natural DM, I feel like we're too wide open. You say that he loses the ball a lot, take the ball off him easy with Pogba, and then you're talking about Matic not having legs, and then you're talking about Fred when he's getting pressured, he's losing the ball, and then you know what I mean? And then Scott McTominay is what's that?
When he was on the left, when he's higher up, obviously he's gonna be pressed more by the defenders. When he's when he's in the CM position, obviously he's got more space and time on the ball, hasn't he? He'll probably still lose the ball. Like, that's beside the point. But he's still, you take Pogba out of the team, that's 7 goals gone already. That's 7 goals. 7 goals out of the team. It doesn't make any sense.
Last season, I would have said that we needed him. This season, I'm like, we got CR7 and Sancho.
He's the top 5 midfielders in the world, but he hasn't got space in your team for Fred or McTominay. This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay, Crep, Edwin, listen to this. Chelsea, outside of Kante, haven't really got the best players in the world in any position.
Oh my!
Do you look at it like City? If you look
10 times better.
Say that again.
Jorginho and Kovacic are 10 times better than what we've got.
Bro, any midfield's 10 times better than what we've got. One point is this. Look. No. Here it is.
Balance better players.
Look,
that's the balance you need.
Chelsea, right now, if you stick them in front of PSG right now, Chelsea will win that game, in my opinion. But PSG, man for man in every position, will dominate Chelsea. Like, I just feel like Chelsea's team is very balanced. They don't necessarily need world-class players. It's not about me saying, because it's not about who's better, who's world-class. That's why I'm just talking about balance, bro. Like, if you've got a well-drilled balanced team, they'll beat any star-studded team. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you. This is what I'll say to you. I guarantee you. You know Tuchel, right? With go on, Crep.
They're better than PSG's. Come on, let's not do that.
Say that again.
Midfield is better than PSG's midfield.
Chelsea's midfield's better than PSG's.
Yeah.
Of course it is, bro. Apart from Zanetti, who else will get in Chelsea's team?
From Chelsea, yeah, they got Marquinhos that plays DM. Obviously, you're talking about Kante, but Marquinhos has moved up to DM, right?
But you're not playing over Kante.
Yeah, Kante is he's the best in the world in that position. You know what I mean? But
there we go.
But we're not talking like PSG's. It's not light work that they brought in. Like, they've got Verratti, they've got Marquinhos in there, they've got they brought in Gini, they've got Herrera, who was it was great for us. I don't know why. You know what I mean? If it was for the contract thing, I'm not saying that. But if you're looking at Jorginho, you're looking at Jorginho and you're looking at Kovacic, right? Look, you keeping Kante. 2 of those other guys could get replaced. If you're talking about star-studded man, you stick in Verratti, that removes one. And you know what? Quite frankly, PSG's got another midfielder that can replace what's his name? Jorginho. They're not the best midfielders. I feel like what it is, it's just that Kante is the world-class guy, in my opinion. I just feel like them man got balance in their midfield. And this is my point. It's the fact of them. Like, if you remove Kante and you put
but do you know why what you're saying is not? You know why you're saying it's not right? Because having Jorginho allows Kante to do what he needs to do. Because Jorginho just does his job.
The balance.
He stays there.
It's the balance, bro. But Man United. But listen, what I'm saying though, Edwin. Man United ain't got that balance with the team.
Okay, but do you know what the problem is? Do you know what the problem is right now? Is Oli. I told if Tuchel was our manager, he will find a way of making Pogba play with another player, and it will work.
Probably. Yeah, that's another factor.
It's Oli. I guarantee you, it's Oli. It's like what Crep said. Like, Oli does this thing where he just doesn't play a solid team throughout. He'll play Pogba in the centre with Matic. Then what? Next week he's playing on the wing. This is the kind of things that will make Pogba like, I'm not signing a contract here. I'm not a winger. Like, you know what I mean? That's why he's always drift. Like, if you watch today, it was always drifting central. Like, he's not going to be on the wing running down. Think about it, yeah. How many times have you seen Pogba play on the wing? How many times have you seen him put a cross in? All these
he doesn't cross. It's free balls.
All these assists are through balls.
Yeah.
When him playing on the wing, I've never seen him run to the byline and cross it in.
Yeah.
It's not his position.
You're right.
Can I just say something else here when you mentioned Chelsea? The reason you mentioned Chelsea is a good example that you mentioned Chelsea, right? And it's not about the players, but their balance. They have a system. They have a system, yeah. They have players that complement that system. Every player complements that system. If you look at last season, right? Look, they even took Chigua and they put Alonso in because he's just better at that system now because now they've got a single point of contact in terms of Lukaku who can pick up the crosses. Do you get what I'm saying? Tuchel's a smart manager. What is the system I want to play? All right, cool. That system I was playing in terms of getting the ball through to when it wasn't working. I need a single point. I need a pivot. All right, cool. So I'm who's the best pivot? Lukaku. Cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Gonna compliment Lukaku. All right, we got. You would say Ben Chilwell is probably the better player, but we've got Alonso that can. Do you get what I'm saying? Whitman's better. So not only the system that works, they've got players that can play that system. Now that single pivot may not be our best system. We may not be our best system because we haven't got two competent players that can do the job, which we don't. Is basically what everyone's agreeing on, right? Then you need to change the system to play a bit different system that can benefit the team. Whether it's a single pivot, where you play McTominay by himself, or you play Matic as that holding pivot, and you give Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, you put them in as the centre mids, and you give them a bit more space to run forward, and then you play three up front.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
It can only do that.
No, but you know what? What Crep's saying here is what I said to you last season. Play a 4-3-3. Even if you play McTom there, play Pogba and Bruno in front like that, and let them have a little free roll around him. Then play three at the top: Ronaldo and Sancho for now, and Greenwood. A 4-3-3, and like Crep said,
we know that. The thing is Oli has been at the club 2+ years now, and he's tried different. He's dabbled in different formations. He's dabbled in like a 4-3-3 here and there, diamond here and there. But obviously, the formation that he seems that is very comfortable is the 4-2-3-1. That's the one that he really loves. And we even had that expectation that he's going to go to the 4-3. He loves Bruno. We even had the expectation that he's going to go to a 4-3-3. Some of us Man United fans, we just had this feeling. But obviously, we didn't get the midfielder that we was probably supposed to be getting. And we're back at this 4-2-3-1. So the question is, and I know that's a big part of it. A big part of it is, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is he the right man? Because this team that we've got is a bunch of Avengers. Like, we're a bunch of Avengers. Oli, is he the guy to lead us to a title? Is he the guy to get the best out of these guys? Look, there's Zidane waiting in the wings right now. You get me? There's guys like Conte waiting in the wings right about now. And do you know what I mean? Like, this is the season. This is the season, bro. This is the season. Because for me, under Oli, do I want Pogba to be getting wasted like this? Look, Pogba got wasted under Mourinho, OVG, and now Oli. He's not getting the best out of this guy. When you've got a manager that knows what he wants with Pogba, knows how to utilize this guy, bro, certain managers, I won't even lie, they'll probably get the best out of flipping Donny van de Beek, Pogba, all up in the same midfield. I see Pep Guardiola playing one DM certain times and playing flipping two attacking midfielders. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're the only team. I think someone sent it somewhere that, likes to play this 2 DM thing with Scott McTominay and Fred or whatever like that. But for me, it's just, every time Pogba plays, attacking wise, brilliant. I just don't feel as assured defensively, and that's the problem. And I feel like if I had a different manager that had a system, that had the tactics all sorted out, that knew what it was doing, maybe you know what I mean? I won't be having this conversation. But it's just, I don't know, man. I'm all for the balance and the team, bro. I just need it to click. We need to be lifting trophies, and he's got to do what's best suited to his style, Oli, to be able to do it. I know people don't like Scott McTominay and Fred, but he's going to go back there because he finished third, he finished second, while we were slating him. Do you know what I mean? And he got to 4 semi-finals in his lifetime as a Man United manager, and now he got to a final. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, and he didn't win it. I know, but we wanted Man United to win, and we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not the best manager, and we know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is supposedly learning on the job. You know what I mean? Certain things he makes certain progress on, certain things he's slower to make adaptations to. But you know what? This is the situation that we find ourselves in. It's like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is our manager. Is he the right guy? Can he get the best out of Pogba? I feel like he's forced to use. I feel like it's more about Ole feels forced to use him because he really loves him and he's a world-class player, rather than him like knowing how to use him and how to get the best out of him.
The guy's it's 7 goals already. That's probably 50% at least of what we scored. I don't know, how many goals have we scored in the league?
Well, I'm assuming 11. We scored 11 goals. No, is it 11?
So he's
13. Let me see. I think it was like.
So he's contributed over half our goals. Why would you take half our goals out of the team? I don't understand.
Scored 13 goals. Goal difference
So
of 9.
why would you take over half our goals out of the team?
Because I feel that Man United can do a 1-0 comfortably with CR7 than doing 3-2s.
Great. He's not going to bang every single game. He's not. He's going to have games where he's going to have part of the season where he's going to go 1, 2, maybe 3 games without scoring.
Then we bring on Cavani in it, and then Cavani goes and bangs in it. Then we bring on Cavani.
Bro, come on, let's not. We know it don't work like that's.
What do you mean?
What, bro? Come on, like we're not going to concede. What makes you think that McTominay Fred in that midfield means we're not going to concede goals? Whatever to show that that's so far. We conceded today.
I just feel like we concede
I
less.
don't understand why you said some super protection, super strong Durex protection. I understand, bro.
Let me.
What, bro? I'm so confused why you got so much faith.
Let me check this.
I would even rather play Pogba in the centre and play Martial on the left. Like, I don't know why he's just wasting. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
always a spot with no creativity, bro. They don't offer. Listen, one of them's enough, man. That's all I gotta say. To be honest, one of them's enough. We don't need 2 McTominay. We don't need a McTominay and Fred in the midfield.
How many? Look. This is. I found an article. Yeah, where's this saying?
While he's looking for that, don't you think though, Crep, that if they just played McTominay and just developed him in that role until we get a DM, it could work? Like you say, we don't need 2 of them.
Coaching system.
Yeah. Look. Check this.
Understands his role in the team.
This article was in March, 2021, from
Who wrote the article?
Man United Evening News, They said Manchester. This ain't a big enough Scott McTominay or Fred or anything. This is just saying, just a headliner. Manchester United's 0-0 draw with Chelsea on Sunday afternoon was their 6th goalless draw in the season. 6 goalless draws, and
what
a lot of that. This is last season, and a lot of.
And then, as I asked again, what did we win last season?
Nothing.
Okay, continue the article. I'm listening. Listen.
But my thing is this.
6 goalless draw. Let's put context. Because if it's against United, bloody Newcastle.
But I just said one of them, which is Chelsea. I mean, let me see. I don't know. I just said one of them, which is Chelsea.
But who was Chelsea's manager
Real
at the time?
Sociedad as well was one of them.
Okay.
So Chelsea twice, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal have look, and Arsenal.
No. Do you know why you can't say that? Because I remember them games. Ollie went there to go and park the bus. He wasn't going there to go win them games.
Fam, this is but my thing is, I know that we weren't getting a result, but remember my statement. My statement was this: if Manchester United had this CR7 up top last season, Sancho, I don't know how he's gonna do. I feel like we would have nicked goals. I just feel like we would have nicked the game.
You never know, because
I know.
Do you remember even against, what was it, when we were doing well? Was it Liverpool, one of them teams where we just went there and parked the bus?
Yeah.
So Ollie can't be trusted, even if you got CR7 up front. You know what I mean?
Look, okay, to put it like this: no CR7 today. Do we get 3 points out of that game?
You never know.
Today.
You just never know.
Just a rough, just finger in the air estimation.
Possibly not, because he scored the first goal, but it's hard not to say that.
He played well today. He didn't. He got the goal.
That's what he does, bro.
You got the goal, which is obviously important. But in terms of his overall game, from what I saw today, he wasn't great. He drifted a lot to the left. And there was a lot of time where we needed someone in the box. Someone put a great ball in the box. I can't remember. It might have been Link. No, I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But it was a great ball in the box. But there was no one there. There was no one there to get the end of it. And normally you say Ronaldo's there poaching.
No, I know which one you're talking about. And then the commentator was trying to say, Sancho was in a box in it, but it was more on the left. Like the ball went in and then Ronaldo was outside the box.
Yeah.
It was only Sancho in.
Yeah. I can't remember. And Sancho was like,
I think it was either Lingard or Wan-Bissaka that put that ball in.
Yeah, one of them. I think it was probably Lingard. I think it was Lingard. I think
the effect of both Varane and Ronaldo, with Varane, Man United is playing much more higher up the pitch than we ever have before and consistently. So it's allowing us to, apply pressure again, just further up the pitch, more effective, get our attacking players higher up the pitch. And then you've got CR7, who's just more clinical than anything that we've got and we've seen since he's left. And my thing is if you brought that into the squad last season, I feel like we probably would have been going right down to the wire of City. And I feel like this season...
You can't say that
Cavani was clinical last season.
Cavani's lit when he's fit. He's fit.
But you never know, Firma. Ronaldo could have come last year and not had this impact. You just never know.
CR7, close your ears.
But you never know, because you got to remember, we had lots. Remember I told you I've been watching Ronaldo's all these 450 goals, and remember I told you straight away, the thing with Ronaldo now, he has to have good delivery and good players around him. Yeah. And last season we didn't have wingers. Remember there was this time when all our wingers were injured. Where was the assist going to come from?
We had Rash and Bruno. We had the super assist king, and we had Rash. That would have been.
Rash weren't playing lit last season.
But we got bare assists, on goals. He was our second. I think was he our highest goal scorer? Or second? He was like top two. The second. Between him and Bruno, that's where probably 90% of our goals came from, and assists. Just those two, bro.
He had a lot of bad performances. Rashford. A lot of the game, was missing from the game. Anyway, yeah.
look. Okay. We've been on about, and you know what? We're gonna see what Ollie reverts to. I guarantee you, Ollie reverts back to. Ollie's gonna have stress, right? And he's gonna be doing a lot of rotation on the left wing rather than that middle. I think at times he's gonna bring in Matic when he feels that the team's calm enough to play like a smaller team, and he's gonna play Pogba. But in certain tough games, he's worried about where teams on form like West Ham was. You're gonna see Scott McTominay and Fred. Our next game is what? Is it against Villa?
We've got Aston Villa at home next Saturday.
And then after that, we've got Everton or something like that. I hope we get the 6 points from those games, but I feel like the midfield against Villa, it's tough because Villa's on form.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm supporting what Crep said. Just play Pogba with McTominay and
just ride it. Because
the thing is, the problem with the McFred is the Fred part. It just doesn't work. Like you've got too much faith. You got too much faith in him. Like you know what I mean.
We need a new. Bruv, you know what? If we could go to the window today and say, do you know what?
Forget that. We can't. We have to deal with what we're dealing with, and we got to play Pogba.
At the end of the day, if he's gonna start McFred, if he's gonna start McTominay and Fred, then he's gonna have to sell Pogba in January. It doesn't make sense keeping him. Yeah. How can you keep him to sign a new contract and you're playing McTominay and Fred? He's got to go then in that case. And if that was the plan, then he should have sold Pogba in the summer.
I think the decision is next season, 110%. He's got to get a DM, or even in January. I don't know whether he's going to do it. I feel like Pogba is going to Ollie's office and saying, do you know what? If I'm signing anything to do with a contract, if I'm staying here, he's happy now. CR7's come, Varane's come, Sancho's come. But I feel like if that was me, I'll be knocking in the office, knocking on the board, saying if there's anything that's got to do with my contract being extended, it's got to involve a certified DM and coming to this club. If they ain't coming to this club, sell me, or I'm leaving anyway. You ain't even got to sell me. I'm leaving. That would be my argument. And to be fair, I feel like that should have been Pogba's argument from the jump. I feel like he really should have said it from the jump because he knows what he needs to do well, and he's not pressing it enough.
He's not going to do that,
bro. He should do that.
He will never do that.
Well, guys, anyway, man of the match. Who was your man of the match? And he was your swaggest player on the pitch. Edwin, go through.
Man of the match. Okay, I'll start with my swag player on the match. For me, it was Maguire.
I know this. I knew that would be safe.
Maguire. Me personally, is Maguire. It's hard to say because even though Ronaldo scored, he didn't have the best game. Lingard came on, he done enough. You know what? Let me just give it to De Gea. You know what I mean? He's got lots of stick, Johnny. over the years. Like you say, statistically, he doesn't save penalties. A big save. Without that save, we would have dropped 2 points. And the way things are so tight at the top, we can't afford to drop anything. So just for that last minute save, I'll give it to De Gea.
Crep.
Yeah, I agree. De Gea. Yeah, De Gea was, I think, man of the match. There was no real standouts, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think Lingard done okay, but he didn't really have a lot of time on. It's between Lingard and De Gea. De Gea, I'm not giving it to Lingard because he didn't spend enough time on the pitch personally. But I think when he came on, he's probably one of the better players, I would say. So De Gea for the save, crucial save. Worst player on the pitch, Fred.
This guy, leave him alone. Look, all right, fair enough. My man of the match. It's between Varane and Luke Shaw, man. I'll probably give it to Luke Shaw because he just keeps churning out performances at a level where we're not even talking about him no more. And when you get to that level of consistency where you're not even talking about him no more in terms of any mistakes he's doing, but just all of the good things he's doing, I just feel like he needs an honorary mention. And I feel like obviously, I know De Gea saved us and he saved us 2 points, but obviously those are them type of highlight type of reels. I'm really, really focused on I just thought Luke Shaw, man, the consistency he brings is just amazing. And obviously the worst performing person, he's the worst performing. I don't know, that's tough, I don't know. The worst performing player. Who was the worst performing player? I don't know. I'll probably give it to Fred. I'll probably give Fred as the worst performing player then as well, to be fair, because as you said, like he is a guy that when pressured, he can't really keep his head, he can't really keep his composure.
The fans were laughing at him, by the way. The West Ham fans.
They
don't respect.
You know what? When you think about it, doesn't he cost more than Kante as well? I know they came different times.
Around the same.
No, it was more. It's more than 50. Check it.
Was it?
Add-ons in there.
I think it was 50.
We're not 50. But But
wait, which is?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there's this player that I've been wanting at Man United for time. His name's Savage. He's like he plays in midfield, and he can play football.
Lazio.
And he can tackle as well. He plays for Lazio,
Yeah, Lazio. We've been linked with him for some years when Pogba was supposed to be left like 2-3 years ago or something like that, but it's just never happened. Like now he's aging and now he's like 28 plus or something like that. It's like Pogba's age maybe. But you know what? We go again against Villa. Do you know?
We got West Ham in the cup.
Is it West Ham in the cup?
Wednesday, yeah.
Okay, the Prem game is Villa. So look, hopefully we can get a bit more squad rotation against West Ham. I don't know how much Ollie's going to rotate that squad because West Ham's a big team, they're a good team, and Man United obviously want to lift the trophy.
Play Lingard, play Sancho, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play Martial.
Cavani's fit. Maybe you can get some game time as well.
Yeah.
We need to lift the trophy. That's what I want to start seeing as well. So I do also want to take it seriously, and I feel like when you rotate too many players, like you see Liverpool rotate, when they rotate a couple of players here and there. With Man United, I feel like if we rotate too many players, it won't have a good outcome. Like, guys will get minutes, but the result that we want to see, we may not necessarily see it. So I'm hoping that we can do rotations throughout the whole season rather than just waiting on these cup games, because then, it's a lot. But guys, thanks for joining at the OT99 Banter Room, where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram at OT99_Banter Room, TikTok at OT99 Banter Room, all one word, and Twitter at 99 Banter. Look, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and support the team. Peace.